I'm at Love Supreme Festival for the day, and I forgot to do an intro to talk about being here, so now this is like an intro after I've been here and everything is finished and I've had a few beers, so this will probably come before everything else happens. But yeah, I'm at Love Supreme Festival. Hello, hope you're good. Enjoy.
Let me break it down for you again. You know I always say cause I'm truly genuine. Don't be a hard rock when you really gotta get crazy, girl. Respect is just a minimum.
Well, good morning. How you all doing? Hope you've had a fine and dandy week. I've actually spent the last day and today shooting some videos for Chapman Guitars. So they've got a whole new line of guitars. They're awesome. And something I do on the side of Musicisum is help people make awesome videos, because I love making videos. It's good times, good fun. So I thought I'd take this opportunity before we get rolling here, because the guys are just getting some other stuff sorted, to quickly show you some tips on setting up a fairly simple but really good looking video shoot. So join me. Okay, back into some nice, flattering, sexy video light. So this is the set we've got going on for the Chapman Guitars video shoot. These are the new Chapmans. They look and sound awesome. Yeah, so this has been a video shoot to basically showcase what's new and special on the new Chapman ML1 V2 range. So this is looking quite nice on the face, and the reason is because we've got a very big, soft light up there. So I just thought, good opportunity to show you guys an example in situ of how to set up your kind of basic lighting setup. And it's what we call 3-point lighting. Let me turn that light on over there and show you how I've got it set up. So if you were making a video for YouTube, you know, and you wanted to light it really nicely, you first need to decide where you're going to sit or stand. So this is a nice part of the room here in the corner. We've got a nice background with the guitar cases, and Bea and Rob are sat on this sofa. So it kind of made sense, looking at the room, you know, to shoot in this corner. It's quite contained, it's quite tidy. We put some guitar cases against there just to kind of break up the white wall a little bit. Yeah, so you've got to first decide where it is you want to shoot, and then you need to light it. So 3-point lighting, what does that mean? It normally refers to a key light, which is your main big light. That's this thing up here. We use an Aperture 120D. That's the light back there. It's a very awesome LED light. It's really powerful but doesn't get really hot. And then that is an Aperture light dome. So this is made up of a big reflective dome to help spread the light. And then in here is a sheet, well actually 2 sheets of diffusion. And that means the light is nice and soft on the face. So if you're shooting at home or in the studio, you can use a variety of lights. Something like this is fairly high end, but you can also use, you know, variations of the panel light, something like this, and you can get an umbrella, like a white lighting umbrella which sits in front of it, and that would help diffuse the light as well, so that it wouldn't be too harsh on the face. Now the reason we don't need to diffuse this is actually set quite low, and this is just filling some light, which is part 2 of the 3-point lighting system. So part 1 is your key, part 2 is your fill, and that is normally a more subtle light. You often don't necessarily notice it while you're filming, but it's when you turn it off you really see the difference. So, you know, if we were over here and we were filming and we took off this light, you know, it definitely makes a difference when you look at it on and then off. You can see those guitars, and that's why it's called the fill, is it really just helps to fill out the scene. So that can be used in lots of different ways. You know, this light is up here shooting at a bit of an angle down towards the faces. Your fill light can serve many different purposes, but in this case it's to help fill this darker side of it, because the light's up here shooting across. This can be a bit darker without. This just helps illuminate the guitars and the general scene. And then part 3 of the 3-point lighting system is a hair light, and really what this does, it helps to separate your subject from your background. So if I sit down now, you'll see what I mean. So now that I'm sat on the sofa where we're going to be filming, if I put my hand here, you can see it's blocking this light from up there. and that's actually casting down. You can see this little halo, or sort of you can see this light on the back of my head. What that helps to do is when someone's looking at that person head on the camera is by having the background a little bit darker and by having some light around the hair, around the head, that's why it's called a hair light, is it just helps to separate that person from the background. So again, it's quite subtle, but if you don't have it, the image can look quite flat. So just to revise what we've got here, you've got 3-point lighting system. Is a very traditional, effective way to light a person or a subject, particularly if it's a talking scene. Part 1 of the 3-point lighting system is your key light. You want a big, soft, diffused light, ideally, for filming faces. You can see that the light it's not too harsh, it's not like really blown out or like a lot of hard edges. It's quite soft on the face, which is awesome. Part 2 would be your fill light over there, and you can place that anywhere. You can place that on the other side of the face to help kind of fill out that side of the face. We don't really need it in here. This white wall is helping to reflect some light over here as well. We're getting some off there. In this instance, we're using it to actually fill some of the guitar and some of the scene. It just looked a little bit dark without it. And then part 3 is your hair light. And again, that helps to put some light like here around the shoulder and the head and help separate them from the background. So what kind of lights do you want to use, for that kind of thing? Your key light, ideally you want a nice big diffused light like this. That's the Aperture 120D. But you can use light panels. You can, we used just standard panels for ages with a little umbrella on them, and they were great. Your fill light again can be a panel. These are really nice. And your hair light, we've been getting quite good results with these. These are the Aperture Mini 20, Mini 20s. They're little spotlights, but any kind of spotlight is going to be good. What's particularly useful about something like this, there we go. You see those little black things there? They are what's called barn doors, and they help you to actually shape the light. So I'm blocking it off from coming too far across into the scene this way and too far the other way. So it's basically allows you to control it where you want it to be. So that's it really, 3-point lighting. It's really useful, really effective. If you're making YouTube videos and you want to light it better, then try that out. If you haven't got any light, get near a window. That's always really, really good. And if you've got one light, then put it up slightly off center from your face so it's not too flat and on. And try and have something in the background to kind of light the back of you as well to help you pop from behind the background. So there we go, it's been a pretty busy week. I'm actually moving house, and more on that coming soon, but going to be relocating and going to be building an actual Musicisum studio, all being well, but more on that later. But yeah, yesterday and today is doing these videos, and then me and Dan are getting together tomorrow to go through some stuff. So it hasn't been a ton of vlogging from me this week, but this is behind the scenes, I suppose. This is other stuff that we all do. So yeah, going well. I think the guys are ready to start fairly soon, so let's carry on with day 2 of filming. And I hope you guys have an awesome time, and I hope there were some helpful tips on lighting a video for YouTube. See you soon.
Hello. It's been another busy week, and I'm going to turn my phone off. Yeah, haven't really had a huge amount of time to turn the camera on. Lots going on. Actually a lot around building a new studio, because we're going to be filming a load of new stuff, so that's pretty exciting. And just like all of the logistics around the construction and paintwork and decorations and stuff like that, so that's going to be really cool, and obviously we're going to film a load of that. I haven't really captured much this month, or this week rather, so I wanted to talk to you quickly about a service I've been using for a little while called Stylus Vinyl. And it's basically a monthly subscription box that you pay £25 a month for, or you can pay a bit more, and with your box you also get some craft beers or wine, but I just go for the vinyl only subscription. Basically, every month is kind of themed, and you get an email where you can choose one of 4 vinyl for that month. 3 of them are listed, and then one of them is like a mystery. So I've got issue 30 here, so it comes with a little magazine, and this month's selections were Rory Gallagher, Snow Patrol, U2 and Aphex Twin. So I went with U2 because this is a stunning album, and alongside it you get a cool piece of artwork that the people over at Stylus actually commission, which is really cool. And then in the magazine
they talk about like each of the albums, and they talk about like the band's histories, and then if you go for the craft beer or the wine, then there's some stuff about that, and then at the back there's an interview with the artist talking about the artwork that was commissioned. So yeah, that's a really cool service I've been using, and I thought I'd tell you guys about it, but lots going on here. Sadly didn't film that much this week. Hopefully Ben did, and yeah, catch you soon.